Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to be reviewing the two books that you read this week, Pot of Pods and Bob Tips a Pot. So we're going to read each of those books again. And as we're reading, I want you to think about how the two stories are the same or what they have in common, because we're going to be talking about some questions at the end. Our words to know for Pot of Pods is got, of, and on, and those words will be in yellow in our book. So let's begin. I'm going to point to the words and you read them as I point to them. Let's start with the title. Pot of Pods by Brian Langdo. Here we go. I'm going to point to the words and you read them. Great job, boys and girls. Now let's go to our next book, Bob Tips a Pot. Our words to know for this book were got, here, of, on. And again, these words will be in yellow in our book. I'll read the title with you, and then I'm going to point to the words, and you can read the story. Bob Tips a Pot by Brian Langdo, illustrated by Martha of Villies. Nice job, boys and girls. Now we're going to look at a picture of both of these books, and we're going to compare them. I want you to look at the picture from the first story, Pot of Pods, and a picture from the second story, Bob Tips a Pot. What do the stories have that is the same? What do they have in common? What are they both talking about? That's right, they're both talking about pea pods. Now let's look at them and answer some more questions. What happens in Pot of Pods? That's right, Pot of Pods explains how to plant and grow pea pods. What happens in Bob Tips a Pot? That's right, Bob Tips a Pot is about a family bringing pea pods in from their garden. How do the events in both of these stories connect? That's right. The first one is about planting pods, and the second story is about Bob spilling the pods. So that's how they connect. That's what they have in common that is the same. Good job, boys and girls. It was wonderful reading with you this week. We'll see you next week.